Everyone,
Okay.
Good morning.
Good
no,
morning.
not yet. Everyone,
Okay.
good morning. Hi, everyone.
Good morning.
We are Art Matters New York, and there are four of us today. Marie Krivekis, myself, Hans Witschi, and Marcia Jaeger. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Good
So
morning.
before we went on, we were just chatting about Nancy Grossman and Richard Lindner. Marcia, do you want to,
She's living in my head, as you know,
right?
and her mentor had something called creative expression, which he would give a problem to the class, pregnant with possibilities such as a dream, the circus, or 42nd Street. He was a very literate and man and went into the physiological as well as the psychological. And then he asked his students, once they submitted this piece of writing that was critiqued by the class, to put it into a visual form of painting. And that was a course he created called Creative Expression, which gave
So that
me
was Richard. That was Richard Lindner
at Pratt Institute in the 50s or 60s. I believe the 60s. Yeah. So it gives you a way to, if you're stuck with a white canvas, how do you proceed? Well, think of something, a dream, a piece of poetry, the circus, blah, blah, blah. Objectify it in writing and then objectify it in a painting.
So did he have the writing precede the painting?
Yes.
In other words,
It was first a piece of writing critiqued by the class, and then he asked the students to take that piece and objectify it in a painting. Each one individually, not as a class.
Yeah, interesting.
And he said a question asked in the language of mathematics could be answered with a musical composition or a painting. And that's like way out there for me.
So do you want to take a look at some images by Richard Lindner?
To refresh our memory, yes. Yes. Are you gonna do it, or how do
No, you are. Would you mind doing it?
Oh, hold on. I will.
While you're doing that,
I will.
he also noted an idyllic poem called Hours in the Garden, 1936, by Hermann Hesse.
Hermann Hesse, yeah.
Magister Ludi, the glass bead game.
So let's see. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Look. This is Richard Lindner. It's very graphic. It's very...
So it's sort of charged. It has a sexual charge, erotic thing. It's very graphic. It's sort of conditioned by the 60s and psychedelia and
pop art.
And then, and I guess and prior to him, George Grosz, we can see something of that influence.
Right. That's a good point.
Mark, I just have a quick question. When you said psychedelic colors and everything, was that because a lot of people were doing a lot of drugs, psychedelic drugs?
Well, psychedelic, yeah.
Yeah,
good
point.
It suggests heightened color. And,
I never thought of it until you said psychedelics.
Oh, good point.
But it was that time period, right?
Say that again? Yeah, it's from the 60s. From the 60s.
Yeah, so that
LSD and magic mushrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all processed through what we were thinking about in the early 60s, mid 60s.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, this could be like a cover for a record, Beatles record, or look at it.
Yeah.
You know, it has a little
Peter Max. Yeah, Peter Max. That's
what Peter Max and
also
good,
comes to mind. Yeah.
You know, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. All those iconic images from that period. Well, Lindner was there. As I said before, the Beatles' Yellow Submarine took liberally from his style.
Do you know who did the submarine?
I forget. It was a group. What were they called? I don't know. You could look it up. Yeah. I forget the name of they were a design firm.
Design firm, nice.
But it's so funny.
A design company, yeah. Graphic design.
You can see sometime even a bit Botero in here.
Yes, absolutely.
It's funny, you know.
Chubsy, Ubsy.
And then, you know, I think he was he was born in Germany, Lindner.
Yeah.
So I feel a lot of German predecessors in here, like Grosz, as you said already. Let me see if we find something about George Grosz. And
I wish we'd come across Fit for Military Service, where the doctor is examining the skeleton.
Yeah, let's see.
And the one on the right is also iconic.
But here you see this typical German way of at that time. It was very interesting. We look maybe later at some of the drawings, but I want to first go a little bit with those type of.
And look at the artist photographed with a shirt and tie. And now people only wear a shirt and tie to the office.
Right. Yeah, George Grosz.
I love his stuff.
Very interesting. Yeah, absolutely. I think, but maybe here it's maybe an interesting one.
Yeah.
Oh. Very
so this thread all began with your interest, Marcia, in Nancy Grossman, and specifically her masks. I don't. Is that what we call them? Masks? The leather.
The heads.
The heads.
Right.
Yeah. Which we've looked at before.
Right.
Yeah. But it's her drawings and she was just, very much on a par with Grosz. The drawings were so masterful.
Maybe look at some drawings of Grosz, because they are.
Yeah.
Look at
this. Is that possible to scroll down a little? I think or is the head cut off on that? I don't.
That's that head cut off.
Scroll up.
No.
I guess.
No,
I'm not sure that head would have
maybe
been.
the head.
There it is. There it is.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
That is fabulous.
That's amazing. Phyllis is coming.
Hiya.
Hi.
Phyllis.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We are online. We are just online.
I see that.
And talking about George Grosz and German artists, triggered by Richard Lindner. Marcia told us about some text here from Nancy Grossman's book, or what?
Oh,
Marcia, right?
you.
Yeah, she's living in my head.
Okay.
I wonder if I would ever get a chance to see her in person. She's my new hero.
Did you end up buying the big monograph of her work, the book?
I didn't buy it. No, I just
okay.
I
know you were thinking about it. You asked me if you could, and I said yes.
Yeah, well, yeah, but you're not paying for it. I am.
Well, that's why I said go for it.
Yeah, but so I copied some at the library. I copied some of the text.
I wonder if we should look at some images. I mean, can we find those images online of Nancy Grossman?
Yeah, not as many. Yeah, mostly the heads, which I'm less interested. I mean, I love them, but I'm less interested than her drawings and her collages and paintings. They're just, the collages are magnificent, in my view, and the drawings non-real.
Maybe we should take a turn, Hans.
Yes.
And look at look at some of that work.
Of Nancy
Grossman. This looks like Magritte, and
Neue,
Botero, as you said.
And Grosz.
This is, I guess, earlier Lindner, before he adopted his signature psychedelic graphic style.
Yeah, look at
this. These are George Grosz.
Or is that
that's George Grosz.
That's not Grosz, is it?
It's Grosz.
Is that George Grosz?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
But I see, there is even Neue Sachlichkeit.
Okay. Yeah, you can see Lindner's style there.
That's very interesting. The German.
Yeah, it's the interesting thing here that I want to say that you learn as you get more involved in all of this is that art history is not a straight line.
No.
It's zigzags.
Yep.
Constantly. It's really messy. And we like to put everything into order. But it really moves and changes. And
that's a very good point.
Yeah, it's just not a straight line.
And this is Christian Schad.
Exactly. Yeah. Wonderful. Very interesting.
There's little pockets and eddies and
yeah.
That's beautiful. Amazing.
King Charles.
That's great too.
I just discovered shadows. Shadows can be very spooky, scary, interesting. Shadows and reflections.
Okay, so now we're moving along in time, I guess, pre-war, Second World War in the 30s, Christian Schad.
Yeah. I think one of his famous thing was this, the erotic stuff.
Yeah.
That's
look at this. We can look at it. Look at this. It's also interesting. Yeah.
That's another one. That's what I thought was missing. They were highly erotic.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of those.
Yeah.
Those are his best known images.
Yeah, exactly.
Right there.
Yeah, they covered it here. It's interesting.
Yeah.
We are in the Protestant country here. The blur. Everything is blurred.
We're in our virtual country here.
But here we have this one. That's the wonderful piece.
It is. It's iconic, of that period. It's
just amazing.
It's a beauty.
And we noticed the fingers behind her head and how masterfully they're done.
So, Mark, what do you think the new realism or Neue Sachlichkeit? I think Mary brought that one time up and said, what is the difference between a photorealism and Neue?
Well, photorealism, yeah, photorealism comes later, of course.
Yes.
Comes out of the 60s, and it's a response to photography, photorealism, not realism. Okay, you could say this is new realism, because it was after the early part of the century, which was a reconstruction or deconstruction of realism. And this is a new realism. So this goes back to painting, what's visible, what's in front of you, and only slightly modified, let's say, by the artist. This is flattened, obviously. Right. So this, in a way, is influenced, strangely, by Cubism, or by early 20th century interest. There's a flattening, so we don't see a horizon here, right? You see just the entirety of the surface is of one piece, right?
Yeah.
So this is definitely modern, but photorealism gets into a totally different area, right, where it becomes conceptually based, and it's about the photograph. So we can say that the photograph is the real content, or the real subject of photorealistic paintings, is the photograph, and not the photographed subject, right?
And it was obviously also a counter position to the expressionism, right?
Yes.
Which has
so it's very dry.
It's very dry expression,
There's no expression in a photorealistic painting.
Unless
there was unless the subject of the photograph was someone acting out, then you could say sort of that, well, it's expressing, but not really. The actual painting itself is cool and removed and conceptual.
So photorealism, it's more, if I don't want to downplay it, but it's more about skill as a painter.
It's not about skill. No,
I'm saying to actually do a photorealistic painting, you have to have the ability to paint like it's, perfectly, like it's a photograph, versus spending time on composition and
but that's not the content, Marie. That is not the content. What Mark is saying is the content is the concept of the photo.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying from a painter.
Yeah, you have to be able to paint.
You have to be able to paint
well.
But the thing is that lots of people can do that. That's not, that's not a mystery.
No.
Lots of people can do that just by projecting with a projector onto the canvas.
Yeah.
It's a skill that many people have, and it doesn't make it a better painting. The fact that it's well rendered.
No, okay, because I can't do it, but I know what you're saying, that there are tools you can use to.
Yeah, people do it. Lots of people do it.
But the whole idea of it being a concept of a photo is new to me. The content is the photo.
Yeah, the subject is the photo.
Yeah, you notice that like in a photorealistic painting, there's no depth of actual or physicality of paint. It's flat. You could start on one corner and work down, it's all flat.
So I guess what I'm saying.
Thin.
Yeah, I guess what I'm
it's just about. Go ahead, Marie. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I keep interrupting you. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's because my modem is slow.
Oh, I was just saying though, I mean, you have to be super skillful, in my opinion, to be able to do that, so that you don't know whether it's a photograph.
Yep.
Or whether, it's a still a painting, but it looks so much like a photograph. I mean, that's
because you're looking at it online, or you're looking at a photo reproduction of a painting. But if you were standing in a gallery, you would see that it was a painting.
Yes. And I I have seen them, and I'm still in awe of those people that can do it.
Yeah,
Me too.
it's a skill.
Me
It's a
too.
skill.
It's a skill. It's a skill.
Yeah.
I agree.
So if I may, Franz Gertsch is a very famous Swiss photorealist. They call him a hyperrealist.
Oh.
And he makes very huge paintings, as you just saw a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
He became very famous about this series of Patti Smith.
Oh, Patti Smith.
And
okay.
You see
know,
also,
Hans,
yes.
You know, I'm thinking that pop art and this scale was influential in these paintings. So you can think of the sign painter, Rosenquist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? Who did these huge photorealistic paintings, although his were, you know, more personal and, you know, they were less photorealistic than they were a take on billboard painting and stuff like that. But still, I see the influence of pop art on the scale of these.
Yeah. Look at the size of it. My goodness.
I'd like to ask another question. This may seem like a silly question, but remember how photographs, when you go see them in a gallery or at a museum,
yes,
smaller?
Mm-hmm.
Did this photorealism help photography become larger formats?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And it's because photography, as soon as it was kind of accepted into
the realm
legitimate,
of fine art,
right, in the realm of fine art, then photographers took off, and they wanted to, and they wanted to be in galleries, right?
Yeah.
Not specifically photo galleries, but art galleries.
Yeah.
Photography, painting, sculpture, was all legitimate in an art gallery. And then they started dealing with the gallery, making bigger and bigger, works that resembled paintings, as it were, at least in scale.
Okay. So there's
the
something
possibility
about that all happening at one time to say that photography, I guess photorealism, the photorealism painters helped the photographers gain
in a way. I mean, photorealism was just one style amongst many that were shown in art galleries, that were of large scale. And so I think all of that, influenced
it a little
photographers.
bit.
Yeah.
When Gertsch became older, he started to make these woodcuts, huge woodcuts. They are also based on photographs, of course.
Right.
But you see,
Franz Gertsch.
Very huge woodcuts.
Wow.
God.
They look like Hercule Seguer.
Are they monoplanes?
Yeah, Seguer.
They look like a depiction of water.
They're beautiful.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh my.
Can we see one of those, Hans? Can you click on one of the? Yeah, those are great. Those are amazing.
That's a woodcut.
I mean, I think he worked also with Japanese woodcutters together.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know exactly how big they are. They are sometimes very, very big. And I think he took these photographs from his house or whatever, where he lives. He even made grass, just the grass.
Yeah.
Or whatever,
I love these.
So
those are beautiful.
That was then when he became older. He changed from pop to more like a bigger thing.
I'm sorry, Leslie's not here. She would love that, right?
Is this? Are you suggesting this is a laser print or a woodcut?
Woodcut.
How can he do that?
You see. Look at this. Look at this. This is 215 to 276 centimeters.
We don't know what a centimeter is.
Like 4 by 5 feet. What is that?
Hold on, I have here a little tool. let me see.
We're not metric
literate.
literate.
I know, but I can put it in here. 276 in.
Mark, have you ever seen the skit from Saturday Night Live on metric, George Washington?
No, I didn't.
I have to play it. I have to play it for you guys after the class.
I did learn that Thomas Jefferson tried to implement the metric system here in this country.
Oh, really?
Sounds like he would. He was so brilliant.
That would have been a good thing.
Yeah. I know. They tried to, but I can't remember why there was not interest or why I didn't catch. I'm not sure.
Now, a kilo was 2.2 pounds.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Oh, yeah, actually, you know what? That's what the article was about. It was about a standardized kilo.
Yes.
Did you read that? Yeah, it was cool.
I didn't.
Oh, it was the reason why it didn't happen. They had a kilo, a standardized kilo in the form of some metal, a unit of metal, right? That came from France on a ship that was headed to this country and was interceded by pirates. And it was stolen. It was stolen, so it never made it to this country.
What a story!
And it ended up in some museum somewhere.
Damn.
But that was part of the problem.
We should all be on one system, whatever it is. All be on
like
one.
9 by 7 feet, something like that. It's big.
Wow.
Yeah, look. Do you see the number here?
Yeah.
215 is 84 inches.
Okay, so that's 7 feet.
7 feet.
On 276 centimeters is 108 inches.
Not quite 9 feet.
So that's almost 12 feet.
So
I'm sorry, I take that back. It's what?
9.
10 feet.
Don't you think so? It's big.
Like 9.
Under 10 feet. Sorry.
And you see woodcut number 1. Komu Hadamashi, Japanese paper by Hetsaburo.
Wow.
Gesundheit.
Gesundheit.
Yeah,
Can you say that again quickly?
No, I can't.
Neither can I.
You know.
Wow.
But it's very interesting. So you see even photorealism, and I think that's really nice what he did. You know, he changed photorealism to another thing also.
Yeah.
And it's
so what was that, Hans? You were working on something, weren't you? That was based on a photograph.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd love to see that, Hans.
Yes. Okay. Let's see.
Let's go there.
I want to show you.
Yeah.
You know, because I asked Maureen Beitler, the photographer. She made a beautiful photography, and
can we see that photograph first?
Yeah, right. I have to find it.
Sorry.
I show you the photograph. I have just to click here. Where is it? Yeah. And this is Maureen Beitler's photograph. He made a whole series about the family in where was it? It's near you, Mark, right?
Yes. It's near Hudson, New York. I think Claverack.
Exactly. And I was very thrilled about this thing because with this grass and people, and I mean, you see the Gertsch thing, you know, the grass. I think that's what it's interesting.
Yeah, right.
So,
yes, yeah.
But I was particularly interested in this part here. You see that girl lying on the floor.
Yes.
And doing this, she's basically daydreaming for me. But I was interested, you know, in that hole here, which is you see like through something, you know, could be looking through into another world or whatever.
Right.
I remember you talking about
just like the camera.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Just like the camera looks into the world.
Yes.
Right. You know. So I made now. I started to make some preliminary sketches, and you see it says even Daydream here, I talked around. Let me see. This is one of the first things I did. Just a study in a way to figure out, I didn't want to have the whole figure there. I want to do something else, and
I love, Hans, I love the idea that you're what's the word, that you're inspired or working from a work of art, from a photograph that
yes.
was seen by Maureen. And I think it's really interesting when artists do work based on other work.
Yes, yes.
And it's an appropriation of an emotion that the would-be painter to take that to another level.
Right. And I show you, I have a second one I did, and then I show you also what it's related to. This is the other one.
This is wonderful.
Yeah.
This is just wonderful.
It's great. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, that yellow is, I love the yellow.
Yeah, exactly. I had to put something in there that it something, it's
right.
I wanted to say what I love about your work, Hans, is that while the images are unusual and are scary at sometimes, there's a humanity and humility and a warmth that you capture in their expressions. And it's so well done.
Thank you. Yeah, that's yeah. Now
that's what I had to say.
It reminds you of other works of art where the hand is so important.
It's so well done. It's, it makes you stop and it's just that you get to the seed, the essence of what a sentient being is. And it doesn't matter what the form is, somehow you capture the humility, the humanity, I mean. And it's so well.
That's so nice, Marie, what you just said. I like it.
Thank you. Yes.
Very nice.
I mean, I think you should sign the thing, but other than that, in a little white. But other than that, I'm good.
But I want to show you where what's the connection with this photograph, because you see, I made a series in 1998, and this was based on this photograph. I can't make it bigger, unfortunately. It's from the newspaper. I took that thing out, and I thought, you see, this is also a boy daydreaming,
Yeah.
So that was the connection I had when I saw that photograph of Maureen.
Right.
And so that triggered my interest, I thought, this is interesting, it's about, and this series, I show you maybe some pictures. It started, they are,
oh wow,
they look like this.
Wow, you really captured it.
Yeah, it's let's see. They are very different, and in a way I was thinking,
wow,
too. It's a good painter.
Beautiful.
Interesting. See Rose again.
They are very, very different and very you see, I go maybe a little bit faster. Or just
no, we love them, Hans. Don't go faster.
This one.
That's a beauty.
Just simple, There was just on a white canvas, just this drawing,
How big is the canvas on this one?
All have the same size. They are 18 by 24. Yeah, not so big, you know, it's a regular thing.
Hans, when you do a study, you keep them all the same size?
Yeah, mostly. Yes, not necessary, but in this case, I want, you know, here, you know, when you look at those paintings, you see also that.
Yeah. That's a beauty. Let's see that. Can you click on that one?
No, this is the biggest.
Right. I like that. That's wonderful.
Good, Mark.
I mean, it has even a Picasso-esque
thing
going on, you know.
Yes.
So what I did with this,
the face,
I show you. I show you what the connection was.
That's really
this was
great.
The show I had.
Yeah, we saw your show. Yes,
you see that.
That's so great.
And here is the series in a way, you know.
Yes.
On one wall, it's a very bad photograph. I'm sorry, but and then on this other wall was basically all these orange figures, you know, which they were really crazy. I mean, they were all, you see, like painters painting themselves in a way or whatever, like blobs and everything. And the idea was that this boy at his home created those orange paintings, you know. Do you understand?
Which is true.
And
because that boy is you.
Yeah,
presumably.
Exactly. That could be exactly. And these are just orange, you know, on white text, and very free and without really thinking much, you know. While this series, you know, where you see the boy, as we said, we see some Picasso in here. You can see many things. For instance, in this painting, you can see a drawing of I don't know what, you know, like you know what I'm saying. There is a lot of art history somehow hidden in these paintings, while the other ones the orange ones are just so-called free, you know. You don't think about
Can I ask you a question, Hans?
Yes.
Well, you know, what you're talking about is sort of...
I was talking, Mark.
Is like...
Excuse me, I was talking.
Sorry.
I have a question to ask Mark. I want
Go
to
ahead. I'm sorry.
If the ones that were more, that had more work on preceded the ones that are more sketchy, or you don't remember?
No, I have exact dates, and they are exactly, you see here, I have all, it is the number, and when the date I made them or how long it took, and they are basically right here in that, it jumps around, you know. It's just, this was not at the beginning, this was somewhere, you know, later or whatever. It's not...
It's as if that you were solidifying the idea in your mind, and all of a sudden it just flew off your fingers.
I like that.
Yes, okay. Yes, I don't remember that, but yes.
But it seems that way. I mean,
it sounds nice.
Hans, I have a question. I have a question.
Yes.
How long after these original paintings, maybe this is the same question that Phyllis asked, but how long later, how much later were the orange paintings done? Years?
No, the orange paintings, let me see. I have to go to my thing.
Were they all done at around the same time?
19, yeah, I find out for you. I think they are also, let me see. They are done also in 1998.
Okay.
Basically at the same time, so not exactly the same time, maybe a little bit earlier in January. Yeah.
That's interesting.
And February.
I would have thought the opposite.
Look, and here it comes. Here it's everything. You see, I made, then I started, they were first. You see that? Maybe even in 1997 started maybe. Let me see. I find out. 1987, 97, I said. Overall. Let me see. I did a lot of things like, let me see. I worked a lot at that time. And so it's very, you see, I go down here. Oops, it's still
It's
low.
interesting they're all the head.
Yeah, it's I tell you, I think it's started down here. Yeah, it's, hold on. To go
so amazing, Hans.
Exploited and exploded the head.
Lazy, I worked a lot, I tell you. Now I'm lazy.
Yeah, I would use
now
it.
you deserve a break.
This is not even.
There's a flower.
No, hold on. This is. Now you see, it starts. The Orange series starts in 1997.
97.
Yeah, you see here. Yeah, they are all. You see, they started. I think they started like with this type of thing. You see.
Oh wow!
It's just a painter.
I love that one.
A painter which paints himself, or what,
oh
you know,
something.
Something it's completely abstruse, or how you say, impossible. But the idea was that you paint yourself right away.
Wow.
I think that was actually the idea.
You've explored this before in more literal paintings.
Yes. And then you see, I made this very abstract, but you see a figure, you can suddenly see a face and here at the brush, So that was actually the beginning. I like this one also. This is so that's so deconstructed, two eyes and the mouth
fabulous.
and the brush, But it could be also two figures. It's like So this was actually the first thing,
Hans, can I just ask you a quick question about that painting? Yes. Do you do the paintings, do you sketch out before you finalize the painting like that? Or are you doing?
I do everything directly on the canvas.
Okay, you're not doing.
I never sketch anything. I go just.
You just go right on to, wow.
Right.
But you know what you want to do.
Yeah, I have a feeling what I want to do, but not, I don't know what I really, it develops then. I mean, this is a joke here, you see. I have even this, you see this white, the nose is just
I was going to say that's my favorite part.
blob on the,
It's interesting how much you love the circle that you saw in Maureen's photograph.
Oh. Yes.
Think to you their eyes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That's a good pickup too, Phyllis.
Yeah, exactly. You are right. Absolutely. Let me go back to and then came this photograph I showed you, I found in the newspaper.
Oh.
And then, you see that's the start of 1998. I still did those things. And then came this one, you see. That was the first one, and that's because of that photograph,
Hans, can you take us through that kind of slowly? Do you mind taking us through all these?
Yeah, we saw already some of it.
Okay, but we didn't start there.
Of course, I can, I can if you like it. Sometimes they are a little bit, I don't know, it's like sometimes only shape.
What's very interesting is the sequence.
Yes.
Of images and ideas and how they.
So that's the benefit. That's the benefit of doing, you know, a series. This is what we're seeing is the benefit that we would
You're
get.
always doing a series, actually, because I think one work comes out of the one before, and
Yeah,
a continuous series.
I like the way you think, Phyllis. Wow, wow.
Oh, wow. The color is so wonderful. I love it.
Yeah. But this doesn't look like a little boy to me anymore.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
It looks
Now,
like
at the end, you have to, you know, at the end, I go not after the photograph anymore, you know.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Then that's also, you know, because in this studies with Maureen's photograph, you know, it's not a child. I didn't really, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was not interested in the child. I mean, I will make then maybe one which is even more related to the photograph itself, you know, not in a photorealistic way, but that you see really maybe a child, you know. So far you didn't. So you see here, I was interested more in, I was thinking about Chile, about, you know, just in this part here.
Yep.
You know? You know what I'm saying? So
I could see that.
You know, so it's a lot of things going on.
And in such a quick and simple way, you got so much in there. It's fabulous.
Yeah, sometimes this unfinished thing, you know, has a lot of potential than finished things, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm interested in that.
Totally.
Because it makes you wonder what's going to happen or what could happen. That leaves space for the mind to wander.
And it emanates some tranquility and, you know, even sometimes they are very,
the lines are exquisite.
They are, Hans. I love this one too.
I love those big, fat, squishy lines that are lovely.
These green lines.
Yeah. That's lovely.
Fabulous.
Yeah, I like also these.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I thought of what was the, I forgot the name of an Italian sculpture which makes like this very, very delicate figures of
with
no.
Giacometti?
No, it's not Giacometti.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah, right. I can't say. But I like just this simplicity. You know. Just, it's almost nothing there. But
are you thinking of not Morandi?
No. It's I'm sorry that I can't say.
I don't know what you're going.
Right,
I don't
exactly.
know what you're
don't think about it anymore. Don't think.
Okay, think about what?
Alberghetti? Is that the name, Alberghetti?
No.
Okay, I give up.
But you see, I also integrated. Maybe you can see even you know, a trisomy. You know, like a child with thing condition.
Hans, I think we need to wrap up this.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Absolutely.
That's too bad.
That's beautiful.
That's
lovely.
It's
spectacular, Hans.
But I want to just go back to that piece. That's the new series again. This photograph.
Wow.
And you see, it's not yet a child, really. I mean, this will be childish, but
it's in the making.
But it's exactly. So I will work on this series, and that's basically it. Yeah.
I think it's great that you pulled out that one aspect of Maureen's photo, just the child looking through the little aperture of her thumb,
I remember him saying that before when he first
I love that you
he
said pulled that out
said that immediately
as a seed, just to open up your artistic imagination. It's great. I love that.
All it takes is a little bit of a thing.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hans, it was so fascinating. I felt like I was able to understand how you thought.
Yeah.
You know, it was like you showed us your process, and it was really exquisite. You know,
don't forget that we're going to steal some of that stuff from you.
There she is.
Hey! Great.
Great photographer herself.
The seminal photographer.
That was amazing to see. I love the paintings, both of them.
Thank you.
Would you send me like a JPEG of each one? I would love to show it to the girl.
Absolutely.
So they can see that like photography is art and photography inspires art.
Okay.
It would be really great for them.
I will. Yes. Absolutely.
Thank you.
I thank you, Maureen.
Oh, of course. You can use any of my photographs.
Right.
Just knows how.
Okay. Wow, that was great. So we didn't make it to the quiz, but
next time. I
should
think
we do a
the
quick
quiz is now, the quiz is the name I forgot. And when I edit then the thing, I will put the name in there.
Okay, let's do that.
You find it then when it's
next
edited.
week.
Yeah,
next week. That'll be the quiz. Okay.
You know, I also want to thank Marcia, because I think that whole conversation started when you said, how do you get inspiration? And that question really took us to a really fabulous journey.
Hi, everyone. Nice to see you.
Good to see you too. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you. I think that it was a really
I know. I thought it was a very it gave me pause. Not PAWS, but PAUSE. As to how to, get through a block if you don't know where to go.
Well, and I think that what was great was that Hans showed us how he actually did it.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very illuminating. Very illuminating.
Can you guys stay on just for a second after we get off?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Goodbye to everyone. And
so I'm going to sign off here. Thank you, everyone, who joined us today and got to experience the way we think and the way we make connections and talk about them. And it's a lot of fun to do it. And I hope you enjoyed being with us today. So goodbye until next week.
Hasta mañana. Hasta semana.